A song called Do You Mind? And picture, if you will, a bar, your corner bar with a copper top type of setting, and a large mountain silverback gorilla dressed in medieval garb, sitting in the corner with a beer in front of him, and he's diligently and desperately trying to untie pretzels. So that's the image that you start off with this particular song. I am trying to untie this stubborn pretzel. It's become a useless pastime to honor, trying not to break or crumble what to everyone on the outside seems to be already broken. So I have to ask you one simple question: do you mind that I still love you? Staring long till you're turning your head. It just ends up easier to smile as as hopeful as hopeless, and me trying to deny you're a loved one, whether you carry me or not. Nothing that you do will ever go for granted. Just a shadow of a gift is all you afford me. I'm still a man, chained to dreams. Please don't let me scare you. I'll keep it down, muffle the sound of someone who still loves you. Leaving you pulls at the hooks inside, staring long till you're turning your head. It just ends up I all smiles as we hide, as helpful as helpless. Who are we to deny? Bumping across each other on the stairs, split second longings to fly through the air. We turn away like it's some form of sin, and find ourselves shaking and searching for ways to begin again. Do you mind that I still love you? If I think
couple of other things to talk about here before we wrap up. You're likely going to come back with a group called Anne's Cordial. Some point in the near future here, we're going to do another episode, and you're certainly welcome to come back with any other ensemble situation you have. That would be an interesting thing to check out as well. I guess kind of a final question is, having called you a rock historian, and you're very avid and passionate advocate of a certain era of music. I am curious, are there any contemporary acts that you enjoy now, and who are they?
Yes, thankfully there are, because there wasn't much in the 90s, I'll tell you. There wasn't much at all, and it was all I could do to just hang on to remasters of the people that I do love from the late 60s, sort of Beatles era, of course, to the 70s prog era. The 80s still had there's still some good stuff in the 80s, but then it all sort of started to fall apart in late 80s, early 90s. It was just like, what is going on here? And as much as the Kurt Cobains of those days are sort of sadly lamented and all that kind of stuff. Him being he was different. I think it's unfortunate he never really he never got to the level he could have been at. That's the real one of those tragedies. Same thing with Jeff Buckley. I mean, he was another one who put one album out before he died. It was ridiculous. So like Jeff Buckley, again, he sort of reawakened me the idea that there could be actually quality stuff going on. you know, he could get a little whiny, but at the time that was my whole thing, man. I was a weepy drunk, so that was perfect music for me. But other than that, yeah, as far as the new stuff goes, I love Sufjan Stevens. I love the Yeah Yeah Yeahs, Blonde Redhead. Actually, I seem to have taken a liking to a lot of the bands that seem to have like an Asian female singer with 3 white boys are behind them. Well, Yeah Yeah Yeahs, Blonde Redhead. There's a few others that I don't even remember, but you know, but I don't know why it just seemed that way.
Well, you may be watching more than listening, but
perhaps
they might be really good too. I don't know.
I sort of like them. There's something about I mean, Karen, she's cute, but she's a nut as well. So I think I like that. She doesn't really seem to take herself that seriously, which is like perfect.
Okay, this is a song off of a record that isn't quite finished yet. The record itself would be called A Fool's Paradise. Get it? And the song itself is called Hearts, Clowns, Bombs. And once again, there's a little bit of a picture you need to go through to start with. Picture an apartment building, 5th, 6th floor. Very late at night, a man knocking on the door. On one side, basically talking to the person he's trying to talk to, who is on the other side of the door. She is indeed looking through the peephole and sees this person in sort of a fisheye lens kind of thing. He's basically talking at her through the door. She isn't saying much of anything, but as she looks through the peephole, as he talks or sings, she sees a vista change in the hallway in the apartment building, which kind of freaks her out. What complexion of blues do you need? What connection of words do I fit? What time do you decide where you'll let your truest heart sit? Tell me if I am there. Tell me if I'm just square to giving to dumb, or perhaps I've much too much hair. Round the waist, too sweet for your taste. Honest and straight, is it my truth that you hate? Or am I the shiniest tin man to ever take the lion's dare and gaze upon the fair wicked witch with the golden jet blonde hair? Then up drives a colorful clown car, stuffed with the remains of a scarecrow in ashes and a young falling star strapped with painted eyelashes and pain. Starving mass of her barely feeding parts being pulled from behind in a burning wooden cart, all driven by a dwarf called fear. So whose heartbeat are you driven to hear? Hear my dear. Bombs flying over tonight, meeting death in the pale moonlight. The end of this dreaded surprise, this devil's food cake we call life. So while we wait here, can't we laugh and wait out the bombs with a draft? Prepare what we'll do when it's 1:45. Death hasn't come, and I'm still